Right, on down to an item which Julie will be fascinated by, I'm sure, because British fashion has finally come of age. More foreign press and fashion buyers than ever before have flocked to see what our designers put on the catwalk for London Fashion Week. And on Saturday, Mrs Thatcher held a party at Downing Street for all the leading fashion stars. But before that event, she told Annie here how she chooses her clothes and how she felt about meeting our designers.
Prime Minister, I've spoken to a great many of the designers who are getting ready for London Fashion Week. They're thrilled to bits that they're being invited to number 10. Why have you decided to do this, flying the flag for British fashion?
Well, I really thought it was time that government ought to show their tremendous appreciation of everything the fashion industry does. You know, it employs 300,000 people, it does about 1 billion exports, and I have felt for quite a long time that we don't give them enough government moral support for the tremendous work they're doing.
What sort of government support do you want to give? Just moral support or
financial? I want to show how much we appreciate them, how much we value them. Other governments do that. If you go to France, you know, you'll find all government ministers absolutely behind the fashion industry. And we haven't somehow done it to quite the same extent here. Of course, they do get all of the grants that are going for smaller businesses to help them, and any help we can give them when they take their shows overseas for export.
Do you think generally the government or other industry takes fashion seriously enough?
I think we haven't quite taken it seriously enough. It is a very big employer. It's a very big exporter, and we have some very creative people doing excellent work. I'm thrilled they're coming here, and I'm thrilled they're thrilled. I'm a little bit nervous about it, because they're all going to look so glamorous.
Why should you be nervous about
that? But of course, they're going to be looking at me, and I'm going to be looking at them.
What suits you, Prime Minister?
I really only dress in two kinds of ways. One, the kind of way I am now, with a classic suit and many, many varied different blouses. Terribly important to have.
You must have hundreds of suits.
Attractive blouses. Oh, no. Suits with quite a lot of blouses. And then also, if you're traveling overseas and you arrive by aircraft, I do find it's much easier to arrive with a coat and dress outfit for a very simple reason. The moment you get on the aircraft, you hang up your coat, and then you can put it on just before you get off, and you're not full of creases. So that means I've got to go really for a basic wardrobe of good tailors. But for example, I've had this suit 3 or 4 years. It is marvellous. I love it. You asked me if I have favourite clothes. Yes, I'm always safe in it. Always safe. But the classic which I had done this year is a little bit different. I notice you're wearing sleeves that are a little bit different. You're very young, but my generation will know that the little padded sleeve and the darts at the top of the sleeve actually was in the 30s. Now the classic I have this year, the sleeves are a little bit different, but it's only in the detail that it's different. Nothing exaggerated ever.
Do you ever window shop? Do you ever leaf through magazines?
I do both. I don't have much time to walk past the windows, but if I'm in the car, you know, I do look. When I'm going up to the dentist, we go up Regent Street and we come down Regent Street. And it's the nice thing about going to the dentist that before I go up, I'm looking at the shop windows. When I come down, I'm looking in the shop windows to see the colours. And I've seen so much of London Fashion Week being advertised.
Can a woman in your position ever be budget conscious, or doesn't that really affect you?
Oh yes, you have to be budget conscious. But if you think about it, I really am on duty the whole time. And it's like wearing, as a child, we used to have Sunday best. In a way, I have to have best clothes 7 days a week. Because, well, I'm seeing people. And if ever there was a day when you just wore something old and not really very nice, that would be the time when someone important came in suddenly. But I remember when I was going to Paris for the first time as Prime Minister, and I felt that I hadn't anything just quite tailored and chiseled and elegant enough. Just dashing along to one of the Regent Street companies, dashing in, and there really are so very few things that actually suit one when you look at really with a critical eye. But it was very interesting to me that the coat which I bought, which was a navy one, which I still have, I said when I bought it, do you know, this is the same basic cut as a coat I bought from them 10 years ago, and it's still one that you can use and wear as elegant.
They don't criticise the men as much as they'll always be looking at your clothes.
No, they don't, but they do look at them a little bit, you know, if they're not reasonably nicely tailored or if they shamble around. Oh, yes, they do.
Yes, I can.
But you have to decide what you're going to spend your money on, and that's why I say you have to have some classics, and then you have to have some things which are nothing like so expensive, but you can wear undercoats and change more frequently. But you always will have to budget, and I was brought up on that, so it's nothing new to me.
Prime Minister, it's been a great pleasure talking to you about fashion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I hope we've done something for fashion.